Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 68, and, well, we're about to get into it, so
That's right.
pay attention. Wyatt, to start episode 68, I figure we should get started.
Oh, dude, you're onto something.
It just popped in my head, and I was like, you know what? That's a good PSA. Let's see if we can get that rolling, get it kicked off with that. So let's start with a start, and within that, I don't know.
I can fire off my starting pistol or my regular one.
Please do, especially indoors.
Just right to the ceiling. I don't have anybody that lives above me, so it'll be all right.
I wish somehow we could have orchestrated it to, at that moment, ceiling tile just fell down. Like, one of your things just fell down.
If that actually happened, that would be horrible. But yeah, if we would have rigged it and faked it somehow, that'd be funny as shit.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to start it. Heck yeah. Good job, Wyatt. Well, let's see. No, let's get into it like we normally would. What what'd you do this past weekend? What'd you do this week? Anything at all, or?
Dude, I drove a bunch of machines. It was some cool shit.
Nice.
I drove a bunch of big things. I got to play in the dirt, dig ditches and whatnot. But not like the hard way, like with a big-ass machine, like an excavator and a backhoe.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I was just like a little kid, except I'm driving heavy equipment instead of playing with it in the sandbox.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The only bad news is I'm not doing it for money yet. I'm still waiting on my call, but it's a hell of a lot better than sitting in that classroom all day like I was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was fun. Other than that, dude, I haven't really been doing shit because it's been 6 days a week. Which this week's not 6 days a week. This week's not even required, so I don't know if I'm going back. But my past 2 weeks have just been a bunch of that. Like it's only been 8 hours. It hasn't been overwhelming or anything, but it's like, you know, you get done at 4. My drive home is about 50 minutes. I get home, shower, eat, play video games or watch TV for a little bit, either or.
Yeah.
I don't really have enough evening to do both, so I pick my poison for each day, and then I got Jocelyn watching The Boys, so that's about the highlight of my past week. She's enjoying that. I'm enjoying that.
Heck yeah.
So I'm watching it the second time because I've watched it all, and then I'm also trying to watch the new episodes. But I'm like, man, there's gonna come a day where I want to watch a new episode, and she's here, and then I'm gonna spoil 4 seasons.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You're really good with that, Shay, too. I'm glad you brought that up. We can get into that later. I wanted to talk about The Boys.
Yeah. And I watched some UFC Saturday. I don't know if you watch UFC, but I'd like to talk about that as well at some point, at least the main event, whenever the time comes. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Cool. Yeah. I did not watch any, but I'd love to hear about it. I probably should have. I don't know what I did. I was too wore out Saturday. Yeah, my week was pretty much the same. It was just work, random events. It's getting to the end of the year, so it's wild.
Yeah.
Looking this Saturday, I went and took some senior photos for some girls, and that was good-ish, I guess. It went good.
So like college senior photos or high school senior photos?
High school. Yeah. I wish it was college because that means it would have been here. That means.
Did you have to make a hike for it?
2-hour drive. Yeah. Yeah, they're just on the inside of the Ohio River, basically.
Did they pay you pretty decent for them at least? Or I guess did you charge them pretty decent for them?
They gave me more than what I was expecting, which it was. One of the people that I did was a favor, technically.
Okay.
But it was a promise that I made before I really thought about it.
We've all been there.
Like, I was like, yes, that's a good idea. I'd love to do it. Not actually thinking about the time period that it would take place and everything. But they went good. The girls liked them. The parents liked them. So everything was fine. More experience, I guess, with photography. I don't know. I don't know. It's photography. It's cool. What else? something cool happened, and I can't remember what, and I'm really mad about it. My goodness. Yep, I don't know. We're just going to have to move on, and if it comes back to me, it does. But that was basically my weekend, hanging out with Faith and Layla as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Went over to your mom's there last week, and I took Layla over so she could get her presents from your mom, and that went freaking awesome, dude. Layla did so good with her. I was worried she'd be, because she's a little iffy with people she doesn't know, but she walked right over just fine, and like walked inside your mom's house and sat down with the cat and your mom, and she immediately opened up her presents. It was good. It was a cool little time.
Which cat?
Orange one, the new one, Simba.
Oh, yeah, the Great Pumpkin.
Yeah, he's the first cat she's been around, aside from the ones that are at Faith's mom's house, that genuinely wants to be loved, even if it's a child, you know.
Yeah,
so
he's a nice dude.
yeah, it was really cool. She was a little skittish because she's used to trying to pet them and then they run away. So she'd put her hand up and then she'd wait, but it went good though. It was cool.
Yeah, Ollie was probably watching from a distance, and Onyx was probably nowhere to be found. He probably went upstairs and hid. Yeah.
That's exactly how it was. I didn't see Onyx at all, and Ollie was in like the cat tree hiding out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but it went good. It was cool to. It was cool for like Layla to just see your mom, and your mom to see Layla interacting and walking and stuff. And it was. We walked around the yard, and your mom picks flowers with Layla because she likes to pick the dandelions. So they just walked around the yard and picked up some stuff. It was cool. It was a great little time.
That's good.
And that's about it. Now it's just back into work. 2 days through. Freaking tiring though, dude. I don't know. I told my coworker, man, if I'm in the same position I'm in right now when October rolls around, just walk in and kill me. And so that's how we spent the last 10 minutes, was how we kill each other. He thought of some really cool ways. I really appreciate him. Yeah, he was doing like murder mystery dinner type scenarios, and
Okay.
I liked the amount of thought he was putting into it. And I was just going to tell him to shoot me or hand a knife and just stab me in the neck, but
That's what I would have said too. Yeah.
yeah, no, he wants to have fun with it, so I'm excited to see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't, but if so, that'll go. So
Yeah, dude, life's getting goddamn exhausting lately. It's rough.
yeah, that's the perfect descriptor for it. It's just exhausting. So many aspects of it are like, man, I hope it never changes. I hope it stays on this course. And then so many other ones where it's like, dude, give me a break. Like, I'm doing my best. Just get off my back, life. But it doesn't happen.
No, it stays on your back for a while until it doesn't. It comes in waves.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, everything's a cycle. Everything's a cycle. We're just yodeling to the top of depression, and then something good will happen, and we'll be at the bottom of the mountain, and we'll slowly work our way back to the top, and we'll just keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually.
It's good. Looking forward to the reset.
Yeah, shit. Speaking of people who've been to the top and back, the moon people came back, didn't they?
Artemis mission landed. Yes, sir. After
they didn't bring the guys that I sent, so
no. After
so I
what?
want to pay 'em.
He said you didn't find him. Nope, we didn't either on our way up, but that's okay. Artemis 3 launches in 2027, so we'll see him then. Check him out then. Maybe.
When was Artemis 1?
I think 2 years ago. 3 years ago. So it's in phases. So NASA's spending a total of like $7 billion on. They're doing it in phases, but $7 billion as of right now, and then obviously it'll grow. But the $7 billion is for the initial start of colonizing the moon. So Artemis 3 launches, then Artemis 4 will launch, and that's when we will make I'm pretty sure Artemis 4 is the one where we'll make contact with the moon for the first time. We'll send down rovers and stuff, like along with people. And then 5, 6, and 7 is actual colonization. 5 is the first base or like payload delivery. 6 is building the base, and 7 is full implementation. So by the end of 2040, we will have people living on the moon.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's me. I wish them luck.
Oh yeah, I don't even wish you luck. You're not gonna find anything.
Yeah, you're just gonna find moon.
You're just gonna find moon, and moon is moon. We see it every day.
That is true.
And here's what people don't. Here's my thing with the colonization of the moon. If something happens to Earth, do they not realize that the gravitational pull and also placement of the moon is completely dependent on Earth's current state staying how it is? So it's like you're either way, buddy. You're not doing it.
There's literally no benefits to doing it other than saying you did it.
Yeah, that's.
It's not like you're safe if Earth blows up.
No.
You're actually not. I would rather be on the Earth that blows up than the moon that's next to it, because I don't think they're gonna die immediately.
No. They're gonna die. They're gonna feel a lot of spinning and pushing. Their gravity's gonna be like, they may end up being. Dude, you're just too far out. You don't know. Like a seventh of our gravity right now, or a sixth of our gravity right now, and it'll. Yeah, no way. They're just idiots. It could literally be something like a giant asteroid hitting us, not even completely, ruining the Earth, but knocking it off proportion enough to where it's definitely going to throw off the moon as well. And, yeah. So very odd. I don't know, but we'll keep up with that. We may not be doing this podcast by the time Artemis 7's out, but if not, we'll hop on. We'll do a special episode 10 years down the road. Yep, Artemis 7, we're on the moon. And who knows? Maybe we'll be on the moon.
Right.
We'll find out. Stay tuned in 7 years. Probably like 8 to 9 years. What's this? 36? 26 or 36? I don't know when. I don't know. Stay tuned, everybody. What are you doing? Don't change the channel. I hate it when they do that. Alright.
How many kids do you think are growing up now that don't know what the concept of changing the channel even means? Very simple concept for us, but like.
I love that you're talking about that right now. I actually had a thing come into my mind earlier this week, into last week, that was like, man, even for being 28 years old, we have lived through a lot of phases, a lot of things, a lot of adaptations in life, in society. So the first example I thought of was indoor playgrounds for fast food. And within that, it's the concept of fast food was meant for a family with kids rather than trying to cater to the person in between work, in between sites, or, just a quick pickup. So I thought that was interesting. And then it was like the landline phones. They're not gone. My mom still has one. But it seems like 90% of the population has gotten rid of them. And
Very rare.
they're very rare to find. My mom's the only person, aside from Faith's grandma, that I know that has one.
My grandma has one.
Okay, 3 people that I know now.
Yep.
Look at that. We'll just keep pumping those numbers. Guys, if you, in the comments, know somebody with a landline, put that in there and give me their address, their full name, their social security numbers, so that I, too, can say that I know who they are. And then I'll add them to my list, and it'll be deeper than 3.
Nice. I think Tony has a landline phone, too. Not your cat, but Jocelyn's cat. I think he has a landline.
I've known Tony for about 3 years. We met on a survey site back in the day, yeah. So there's 4. So look at that. It's just funny. Phone minutes, those are something. Minutes are nothing. They're no longer a thing.
Yeah, nobody would have any idea what that is.
The concept of having one and what they work or how they work, it's like that stupid. How are you using? Fax machines are a good one. I only see fax machines in courthouses anymore.
Yeah.
Which
does the school still have one? Like the high school that your wife works at? Do they still do faxes?
I don't know if they do. I know our business office still does at the college. So like I know they exist, but like landlines, they are dinosaurs at this point. They're worthless.
If you were to say fax machine to a 12-year-old, they wouldn't have any idea what you're talking about.
Yep. Xbox wouldn't really know about this because they're stupid and use batteries. But well, they would know about this. Everybody would. Corded gaming controllers, like.
Yeah.
You know how it sucked because you had to be that close to it, but also you always had power to that thing. You never had to worry about, like, the concept of charging a controller. If you were to tell us that in 2007, we'd have been like, what are you talking about, buddy? Like, that makes no sense.
That's really when, like, charging controllers started.
Yeah, I was thinking PS3. Yeah. And I think that is 07 is when it launched.
I believe so, yeah.
So, it's just really weird. What else?
See, I had one in my mind, but I forgot what it was. Oh no, this isn't that, but this goes back to the quarter controllers thing. You couldn't even like do that now because TVs are too big.
Yeah.
You'd go blind. Like you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have big ass TVs growing up. We did in my living room, but that wasn't for like video games. That was for like the family gathering around and watching TV. And even then, we didn't get one of those till I was like 8. So you know.
And you were probably still sitting back, not up on it.
On the other side of the living room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't for that one wasn't for video games. Not until the PlayStation 3 came out and we started playing Rock Band.
Big ass TVs, that's a funny one. Big ass TVs are another one. Like TVs used to be a whole ass thing, and now they're just a screen.
Used to be very expensive too.
Yes.
Like a giant TV. Like my TV in my living room is not even big. You've seen it, but a TV that size 20 years ago would be an astronomical amount of money. I bought that for $300.
Yep. Yeah, TVs have really they've gotten better with pricing over the years. They're the one item that has. Super Walmarts are no longer a thing. But dude, Super Walmarts used to be the shit. Like,
they had the fish.
They had
24/7.
Yeah, everything you could want, and open 24/7. You could not beat that. The backbone of the American economy. That's awesome. Super Walmarts were great, dude.
Do you remember the Walmart market that we saw in
down at the beach? Yeah.
I never saw one before that, and never saw one after that. For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, it's a Walmart that is literally just a grocery store. It didn't have like an electronics section. It didn't have toys. Didn't have shit like that. Like,
household. It's just
had food.
Yep.
It was green. It was a green Walmart, and it just had grocery store shit.
Yeah.
Like it had the only things that it had that weren't food were like stuff for your bathroom. You know, like shampoo and stuff like that. It was essentially a Dollar General market. That's exactly what it was. Those DG markets they have.
Yep.
That's exactly what that Walmart was.
Yep. That's what I was about to bring up. I was like, it's similar to what now is the Dollar General market because it's also just green, and
yeah, it is.
Yeah, that stuff's those aren't bad. Those are cool if you're convenient, but I've also just got, I don't know. If you have any allergies, they're no good. I can tell you that much. Video stores like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Now we've not only lived through days of like Blockbuster, and plus just independent video stores. Like being around Central West Virginia, I don't know about you, but I went to a lot more independent, privately owned video stores to rent movies than what we did a Blockbuster or anything. You know what I mean?
The liquor store used to be a video store.
Oh, really? That makes sense.
Yeah, the Smoker Friendly was a video, and it was movie and game rental store.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It fits that. It would fit that really well, actually. That store space would fit that well. But now, heck, we could even go and we actually have lived through the rise and fall of the not predecessor, well, I guess predecessor, the Redbox. Redboxes are no more, bro. Like, but it's also, here's my thing with those two specifically. I'm all for going back to it. Pay $3 to rent a movie, bring that shit back, enjoy it for a couple days, however long, whatever, that's fine. Because now that we've switched to streaming on everything, we gotta pay $20 to rent movies anyways. And it's like,
anything that's new, yeah.
And it's like, dude, I'm paying you a service as well as now I'm having to pay more than ticket price at the theater to watch this. It's not a convenience if I'm having to pay extra, and that's the whole point of the streaming platforms. So plus I'm a movie and TV buff, so I'm all for going back to renting or buying DVDs and movies from video stores, because those are also just interactions you can't beat. You know, you learn so much about people, and you meet cool people, I'm sure. I've never done it outside of being a kid, but I'd love to as an adult.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we used to have one that I would go to all the time next to, I don't know how much time you'd spent in Gasaway as a kid. There's not really much of a reason to go there if you don't live there, but that's where I'm from. And Mom ran her brother's pizza place, and right next to that pizza place was a video store, and I went to that thing all the time. That place is awesome. I wouldn't really get movies from it, but they had a shitload of video games too.
Oh, that's cool.
That's where I played a lot of stuff. I miss getting to rent video games now, because like now you gotta just play it, and if it sucks, well, too bad. You bought it digital.
You've already got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely, dude. You know that little store that's down from mine and Jordan's old house? Just down the road. So if you go about that same distance from Jordan's house is to that store, if you keep going straight, there's another like single building store that's actually older than that one, and it used to be nothing but like a video store, basically, like that. You just go in, rent movies, rent VHS tapes of all sorts, and they would have all kinds of cool things. But I remember this specifically because my great uncle Chuck owned it, or he ran it for the guy that owned it. So we would always go down there like once a week and get one with my dad. But they always had ice cream and shit. But I remember this specifically. In the back, this was, in the good days, you'd have all your movies in the first section or whatever, and then in the back behind the curtain is where all the adult movie was. Yes.
They had that at my video store too.
I did not, for the first multiple, it was probably one of the latter times of me being there, did I realize and recognize what that was back there. And so it was all about trying to get a peek in between the curtains to that. But that's so funny, dude. Like, I don't know. That would have been so cool to be our age, enjoying those sort of times. Like,
go and rent the pornos. I wonder.
See, that sounds terrible. That is. I just want to throw this in here. That is not. I mean more for the nostalgia of like how simple entertainment was. It was actual. From driving there to picking the piece out to returning it, like, you made conscious decisions for this, whereas now we're just so ingrained with being able to click and change through so many different things. It's like we just enjoyed things a whole lot more back then, it seemed, because there wasn't the pressure of like, that was cool, but what's the next cool thing? It was more like, man, that was an awesome movie. We've got that for 2 more days, so if you want to watch that again, we can watch it again. That's awesome. Heck yeah. That sort of thing.
Dude, yeah, video rentals were crazy. Like, it was one of my favorite parts of like going to my dad's house. Like whenever I'd get to go to my dad's when I was little, the little gas station in Burnsville next to where the 79er used to be that they tore down recently.
Mm-hmm.
That gas station in the back had a video rental section. You could go and rent movies and shit. So anytime I'd go to Dad's, we would go over and we'd rent like 2 or 3 movies and buy like one of those big bags of the banana popsicles.
Yep.
And we'd just go back and eat a shitload of popsicles and watch a bunch of movies.
See, man, I feel like we could talk to anybody our age, and most people will be able to, you know, to grab some memories from those. And we were literally at the end of that sort of era of entertainment. Like, we caught the tail end of that. And but even within that, I feel like we got not the full experience, because we didn't get to be, you know, teenagers and adults going in and doing it, you know, with friends, but we still got a lot of these full experiences that whenever I hear people talking about it that are older, it's like they only think about the family-oriented times. Like, those are the ones that they remember first. So it's usually, it's like we got those experiences without having to live through the 20 years of it.
Yeah, we really lived in one hell of a transition period. I mean, we grew up and everybody just had flip phones if they had a phone at all, and then now everybody has a phone. Everybody that exists has a phone.
And yeah, third graders have phones. It's insane, dude. It's insane.
And adults, it's crazy that there used to be plenty of people that didn't have them. They only had home phones. Adults, like, now you have to.
For everything.
You legit have to have a phone. Like, a lot of the time, even work requires you to have a phone. Like, I have to have my phone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I have to have my phone, so because if I get called to work and I don't answer it, then I don't work.
Yep.
Like, and, you know, of course, yeah, everybody's got a phone.
You can't get by without it. Even for people that have a place, like, you could take my job where technically I have a place to go and I have to clock in at my computer. But what about emails? What about off the clock stuff? Like, I'm not off the clock technically ever, even though I'm off the clock ever. Because if there's anything social media or website related, like, we could have to handle something. So you have to have some sort of connection to it. And then it's also, you add to just the pressures that society has put on, and it's like, no, if you don't have a phone, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how are you talking to people? How are you staying connected? And for me, somebody that doesn't like I don't like the phone, I use my phone more now than what I did a year ago, and then 2 years, like, more now than I ever have. And it makes me disgusted, but it's also like, it's how I get everything. It's how I get all information. It's how I check finances. It's how I look at investments. It's how everything is oriented around what that device is holding, you know, or what it can do for me. And it's a bad thing to realize, but then it's also just society. Like, nobody can operate without them right now. And if we were to, it would take an entire societal shift of being like, we got to find another way, dude, because these phones aren't working anymore. I don't know what to do. We're have to go back to the bell telephone.
It's really like, whenever you're used to having it, though, aside from like the first hour or two, whenever you get used to not having access to it, it's so like mentally
refreshing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can go somewhere that has no service or something, like, you know, you stress out in like worst case scenario about everything. You're like, oh shit, what if something happens to person A, B, or C, this, that, or the other? Then once your paranoia calms down, because you've distanced yourself from your addiction a little bit, and your paranoia dies down, and you're like, damn, this is nice.
Yep.
Like, I hear the birds chirping, and the sun's out. You know, fuck, life's good.
Yeah, you can actually enjoy what life has to offer when you're not focusing on what that phone does. And that's where it's just the entertainment value comes in, and you have to see, like, are you the type of person that values, you know, mindless 3 to 6 second, just dopamine rush. You can't call it entertainment, but it is. Or, you know, real life experiences where maybe a little slow rolling at points, but they lead to some really good memories are just high points in the end. So it's weird.
Yeah, dude, and a lot of people, aside from like the entertainment aspect of it, a lot of people are addicted to attention in any, in some way, shape, or form. Like, not all of it. Some people, of course, are on the horrible side of that, where they're always, making posts and trying to go viral and trying to get everybody like, hey guys, look what I'm doing. Look at this thing I bought. And look at what I'm doing today and tomorrow and all that. But shit, I mean, we were even guilty of it to a certain extent growing up, because like, you remember being a teenager and like getting in your first relationship. Like, when were you not texting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always. So like, it doesn't even have to be attention from everybody. Just like having such easy access to contact whoever.
Yeah,
and it was just right there.
Dude,
I
that's
spent so many hours just texting as a teenager.
or waiting on replies. Waiting on reply. That's the amount of time I'd like to know, is how much time have I just been waiting? Like, are they thinking about, because this was also before the bubbles, before you could tell if they were texting back or anything either.
Right. Yeah.
So like, that's a good. I love that you brought that up, because relationships are they're the biggest thing. It's why I love I love growing up how I did, like with my parents' dynamic, because my mom would go 12 to 14 hours a day my entire life without talking to my dad until, high school, and then he would call on the way home and be like, do you need anything? And she'd be like, no? Okay, well, that's it. But it's like understanding that dynamic, and now being an adult, it's like I'm pretty good with that. Me and Faith only text during the day if it's about Layla, like something with her at daycare or something, and I can just appreciate it so much more, because it's like you have so much more excitement for the person because you've spent a legitimate break from talking to them. And and for my parents growing up, obviously at the age that our parents and everybody's parents are at this point, they never had that pressure or got into that routine of like, oh, I got to be checking on him. I better make sure he's where he says he is. Like, I better make sure that he's doing this. I better make sure that he's in contact with me. And so they're able to like live their lives together, but also separate. And I think that's a great, it's a great thing to kind of take from it, because having constant contact is phenomenal, and being able to reach anybody is an amazing ability that we have. But how so often we get stuck on that, like you're saying, and it's like throughout an average person's life now, or let's go with my little brothers or your little brother who are like 18, 19. How much time are they going to be spending waiting on replies or staring at their screen, doing nothing godless between now and the time they're 50? Like, it's an ungodly amount of hours. So it's just definitely something that I think more people should think about, because even though we are both very much guilty of still being on our phones or being on, technology in a sense, it's having the conversation at least makes you a little more aware of like your part in it. And it's like, okay, well, today I don't want to do that. So it's almost like almost a little bit of motivation to be like, well, I know I'm going to do that because that's who I am, but today I'm going to break the cycle, so it's just a little different.
I've noticed, for me at least, with age, especially once you get in a relationship, it's so much easier to ignore your phone for a day. It's so easy. Sometimes I do it on accident.
Yep. Because you don't have to think about anything when like, okay, nothing against like our parents or anything, but when the one person that you worry about, is good, it's like there's literally no need to check on other people or see what other people are thinking about, because it doesn't play into your life at all. It's unless it's something that ends up on this podcast for us to laugh about or rant about, it's you're doing what everybody should do, and you live your life and not through your phone.
Oh man, that took That took a good side path there. I like that. That
Yeah.
was a good little conversation. But yeah, man, I want to sometime this summer, if I get the time. Of course, it obviously depends on what hours I work. But sometime this summer, I want to like completely detach from the thing entirely for like a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go somewhere. I don't even know where. Just like camping or something. Just forget my phone exists for a little bit. Just, you know, have a campfire and a case of beer and just enjoy the outside.
Not worry about the internet connectivity part of it. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Be great. I'm excited for the summer. There's so not really doing much, but that's where the little things like what you're talking about, just camping for a few days or, you know, small little adventures. I'm looking forward to getting some of those in.
I've got my keychain tied to knot. I'm gonna worry about that later. Yeah, man. What else? What else did we grow up with, or not even grow up with, that we at least experience and know what it is that kids today would have no idea what you're talking about? There's got to be some other things.
Car lighters?
That's a good one. That's a really good one, yeah.
And ashtrays. Ashtrays are a big one. Like, there used to be ashtrays in most cars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's... Oh.
They really did. Shit, dude. I hate whenever old people think that something is, think that young people wouldn't understand something, but it's something, like, really basic. That happened to me last week or the week before when I was in training. One of the instructors said something about a Pez dispenser, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are all too young to know what Pez dispensers are." I'm like, they make Pez dispensers right now.
Yeah, they're
still a thing.
They're more popular now than they ever have been. That's...
Yeah, and everybody had the same reaction too. Everybody was like, we know what Pez dispensers are." He's like, yeah, you guys are too young to know what Pez dispensers are. Hold on, let me Google it and I'll show you. And he Googled it. And then he found, like, there was one that was like a Minions Pez dispenser. I'm like, yep, Minions are real old.
Yeah. That's so stupid.
Yeah, we were all just like, and he kept going on about it too. He was like, well, that's what a Pez dispenser is. And we're all like, yeah, we know.
We know. You're talking about
They still exist.
The sugar capsules that are dyed and flavored, and you stick inside the butt of those little plastic things and they come out their mouths. Yeah, we know what those are.
Yeah, I don't care too much for the dispensers nowadays, dude. I do like the Pez, though.
Yeah, I just eat the Pez.
I like a big bag of those bitches, man.
Yeah, that's the best. You can get those on Amazon. You can get those at Amish markets, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those and marshmallows. Yummy.
This is the most different way I've ever consumed alcohol on this podcast. For anybody that's wondering what I'm eating over here, it's a slushy with alcohol in it. And it's doing the trick. It
Your face makes it seem like nasty.
It tastes like shit. It does. It's banana flavored. Which I like banana flavored stuff, but not banana flavored alcohol. It's just not a good flavor for
Not a good mix.
Slushy. It'd be a good flavor for a regular slushy. Yeah, every bite just flashes me back to Burnett's.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a question for you. It has to do with just us in general and the world. So it has to do with pickleball. So I keep seeing shit where everybody's like, pickleball's the new sport craze. It's the new sport craze. Bro, we were playing that shit 13 years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, we were playing this shit when we were like 16, dude.
And then even within that, you're like, okay, well, if it made it into education, physical education, then it's had a long path to make it to that point. So I was like, it's not a new craze. That's stupid. Just shut up about it.
Do you know when pickleball was invented? I just Googled it.
When?
Summer of 1965.
Okay. Okay. Look up this next one for me. Or not this next one, because I guess it doesn't matter. It had to be recent. But my thing is, like, although pickleball is fun and everything, cornhole's taking a craze. Like, cornhole's big. Why was there never a push for, like, the cornhole craze? Because cornhole is a national sport. People are paid a lot of money. Like, I have buddies that survey buddies that live in Tyler County that make thousands of dollars, like probably maybe tens of thousands, because they're good, a year, extra dollars a year on cornhole tournaments. And it's like, if it's a legit national or professional sport and everything at this point, what happened to that? Because that has to be way newer than. And it pisses me off because it's like, people will get on and they'll bitch about pickleball and they'll be like, oh, that's just lazy tennis. That's old people tennis. And it's like, you dipshits, what is cornhole? Literally nothing but lazy, easy horseshoe.
I've seen people talk shit on pickleball in that sense too. I like to look at it a different way. We're not, most adults, especially by the time they get to our age, a lot of the times younger, they're not athletes. We're not, like we used to be athletes when we were younger. We're not athletes anymore. If somebody were to ask me if I want to go play pickleball, I'd probably tell them hell yeah, depending on the day.
Yeah.
If anybody asked me if I wanted to go play tennis, I would 100% of the time tell you absolutely. I like my knees intact. It's a lot more physically strenuous. No, pickleball, people can call it lazy people tennis if you want. It's a game that everybody can play.
But it's also, if you're not playing with 80-year-old people that are just ping-ponging it back and forth, it can be just as strenuous as tennis. Just because it's a few feet shorter. Like, me and Faith have went out and played so many times. And by the end of just one serve, one set, we're both winded because we've hit it back and forth and chased it back and forth so many times. It's like, I don't know. I just don't see the real complaint. I don't understand the complaint in it, because nothing about the sport is lazy.
Well, most of the time, the complaints about shit like that come from people who don't like anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't like anything. They don't like having fun. They see people having fun, and it just irks their soul because they don't have hobbies or know how to have fun. So it just keeps them alive.
Well, let me ask you this then. I agree with you, but I have a conundrum then, a personal conundrum, because I feel that way about disc golf and people that play disc golf. You're just playing frisbee. But I do have hobbies and I do enjoy stuff. But I do feel like that's just a lazy game. Like, that's a pointless game. Like,
that's because it is a pointless game. Like, pickleball, I think, while it can be physically exhausting, I think it's much less strenuous than tennis is, because tennis, the ball's lighter, it flies further. If you play against somebody that knows how to play tennis, you're going to get your fucking ass kicked. You know what I mean? Like, it takes some actual, like, practice and, a little bit of training to play tennis. Like, to play it well, it takes a lot of practice. To play it, like, halfway decent to where you can hang and have a good time and not look like a complete dumbass takes a fair amount of training.
mm-hmm.
So, like, pickleball is kind of like a suppressed, like, lighter form of that. It's like meets in the middle between ping pong and tennis. Disc golf, it takes the same amount of energy as regular golf, and it's just with a different item. I think it's kind of stupid, too.
Yeah. I've tried to like it.
I'd much rather play regular golf.
Yeah. Regular golf, I don't give a shit who you are. No, it doesn't matter who you are, because you can't argue this. Regular golf is minimum 8 times harder, if not more. Like, a whole lot more. Everybody grows up throwing a frisbee. So here's the thing. If it's a par 3, I can take 5 easy shots, just throwing it straight, 20 feet at a time, and I'm going to get there. But if it's a par 3 on a golf course, there are a million and one ways to f up. So it's like I feel like I have a better chance of parring and doing good on disc golf than what I do at golf. And I've played golf for 4 years.
It makes me wonder, like, do actual tennis players feel the same way about tennis as we do about disc golf? Because we're not actual golfers, but we play. Like, we're not actual golfers, but we play. And I think maybe that's why we think it's stupid, because it's like, well, if I can play it, you know what I mean? Like, if I can,
yeah.
The disc golf does seem kind of stupid, because it seems unnecessary. It's like they try to do something unnecessary to golf.
That's where it is for me. It's like, one, it's not even golf. You're literally just throwing it into a metal net, basically. But it's not golf. Like it's frisbee. Like I don't know. Ultimate frisbee isn't called ultimate golf. Like
ultimate golf would be wild.
Ultimate golf would be a.
It would be dangerous.
I don't think I'd want to get off the bench. I think I'd want to ride the bench in those games.
Yeah, never hit the ball my way, please.
I don't want to score. I do not want to score.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a good question. I don't know if it's like a preference thing or whatever, but yeah.
Well, I look at like the tennis and pickleball thing as like tennis players. You can play tennis forever, but you can play pickleball too. Tennis is an easy, or pickleball is an easy transition for tennis players. Like they can literally do it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Disc golf is like nothing other than throwing a frisbee.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not golf with a disc. It's frisbee. And I don't know. It's stupid.
It's something I would like to try at one time because I've never tried it, but I can't imagine I'd like it more than regular golf.
I think I would enjoy it. I have no issues admitting that. I think I would enjoy it, but that's the thing is I enjoy all sports and all physical activity. I can get addicted to, anything athletic or game-wise, especially when playing against yourself. That's the best way to get addictive, easiest way to. But it's almost like, why the would I pay to do that? But also, you don't have to pay. There's most state parks around West Virginia have disc golf courses set up.
Really?
Yeah, so it's really cool. But then it's also like you got to go and buy the stuff. I looked at buying a driver and a putter because they are named and labeled
Yeah, I did know that.
Like a lot of stuff, but it's expensive. It's like $70 for just the starters, and I'm like, no, I'm okay.
Dude, what I really don't understand now that we're talking about these types of adult hobby sports, I don't get why more of them aren't popular. Like, why aren't there a shitload of people bowling and cornhole, like one that you said? Like, these are all things that anybody can do. Now, can anybody do them well? Not right off the bat, but anybody can
do
them. They're not expensive. They're not overly difficult. Like, you don't have to be a pro to try. You know what I mean? Like, if you've never bowled in your life and you decide you want to go bowl at our age, you're gonna play a bad game, but you're still gonna be able to do something. It's not like never playing basketball before and then at 28 years old you decide to go and play in your rec league. Like, you're gonna look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, bowling's one of them. Cornhole's one of them. Golf's kind of gotten popular in a sense.
Yeah, golf's had a resurgence.
In a sense that you see it more on social media now. Whether or not people actually play or if they just go to Brown and drive golf carts, that's debatable. But
yeah, certain people.
I don't get why more of these things aren't popular. Like, pickleball's on the upswing, but why is bowling and golf's a little bit on the upswing? I guess it was a few years ago, and then now it's it's still popular, obviously. But
yeah, I say so for bowling. I say bowling just has that reputation of being like an old person sport or something that you did back in the day. I don't think people realize how fun bowling can be, or just the experience of being with friends and like going.
And you can get alcohol at bowling alleys too. Like just go bowling with your buddies, drink some beers. Like you'll have a good time. Don't be a jackass who gets thrown out and ruin everybody's good time.
But in terms of cornhole, I think cornhole is a lot like racing cars. It is big, but it's only big, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's only big in like country settings. Like you got to be more of a country person, sort of person, to be around the sort of environments to where it's like, what are we doing? Cornhole, buddy. We're cornholing right now. And now I have two sets of cornhole boards. I will play cornhole while we're camping and while we're doing stuff. But that's literally it. So maybe 6 times a year at special occasions. It's like it's not something that I'm like, fucking get the boards out. Got to practice tonight, you know.
Yeah.
I've never once thought about that, and it also has to do with I know what it takes to be a really good cornhole player from a couple of my buddies. But I also know what it takes to be a really good cornhole player. And that's just at all have experience with sports as well as beer pong. And you can be a really good beer pong or cornhole player. Like I don't have trouble with cornhole. Now, I'm not as good as like my brother, but that's also because he would sit around and literally play and practice. He would practice. That's all you had to say. Oh, yeah. And that's how they all are. Like, that's how, I don't know how to say it. Like, that's just how anybody that's into it, which I guess I get, they see it as a sport. But it's, I practice golf. Kinda. I don't know. I can't make money at golf. Right. There is that difference.
Sometime this summer, we need to have a drunk people games just marathon, like a weekend where we go bowling, golfing, play cornhole.
Dude, I love that. I love that. That's going down right here. What could we call that?
That's a good question.
Oh. That'll be fun. We'll think of a name. We'll have to think of a name for that.
Yeah. We'll have fun sometime. I'm not working. Go have a weekend of games that you can play while intoxicated.
And make it some sort of triathlon. That would be a lot of fun. That's a good... Yeah, nice. Well. What do I have on my phone?
I gotta see if I have anything. I feel like I might.
That's what I'm wondering. I know I might. I want to throw out, I just saw a screenshot. Congratulations, Rory McIlroy. You won yourself the Masters, buddy. And that is awesome. And you are, you're just a legend for it. You're a legend for it. Pretty sure he's like one of only a couple people that went like back-to-back Masters champion too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know Tiger's won. I don't know who the other guy is. Probably before Tiger. I would say 3 or 4 probably. So he's in like, rare company. But that's really cool. So congratulations. There's my golf update. Let me see.
need to look up. I need to look up my UFC news that I was going to talk about because
Yeah.
I want to know exactly what happened to. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong weekend. Sorry.
Uh-oh. I know what we can end with. I've got on Facebook there was a I follow these comic pages, and I was actually on my news feed for once last week, and it provided something useful. It provided me with a bracket challenge for like kid shows from when we were growing up, and I was like, well, that makes it to where me and Wyatt don't even have to make it, so let's run with it. So at some point,
Does it have any of the ones that we already did? Because we did a cartoon one.
we did, but not like this.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's a good one. This one's a good one. So at some point we can go with that, but you can hit me with your UFC news. Tell me about that. How'd those fights go?
Oh, dude. So the fights were sweet. They were incredible. UFC 327 in Miami. The Miami crowd was lit up. They love their fighting. There was a fight. I forget who it was. I think it was Kevin. Was it Kevin Holland or Randy Brown? I don't know. There was a fight that was so goddamn boring that the crowd was chanting, "This is bullshit."
That's awesome.
You could hear it.
That's awesome.
And the commentary team, Joe Rogan, was like, I think they're chanting, "This is boring." I'm like, no, they are not. That's why they're chanting what they're chanting, but that's not what they're saying.
And he knows that exactly, too.
100%. But there were a few crazy-ass fights. There was arguably the craziest heavyweight fight I have ever seen in my life. One of the craziest fights I've ever seen in my life. If you like, you know how we talk about heavyweights just throwing bombs? That is what this fight was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Josh Hokett and Curtis Blades. Josh Hokett was that guy that a couple months ago won that fight and then got on the microphone and said a bunch of stupid bullshit and said that Brittany Griner was a man.
Yep. We watched that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's the one we did for this, wasn't it? Was it?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
But him and Curtis Blades just killed each other. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. By the end of it, they looked like two drunk dudes just stumbling around swinging because they were gassed and they were just throwing bombs. That's all they gave a shit about, was just throwing punches, dude. Josh Hokett won. They went to decision. It was one of the craziest goddamn fights I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, It was insane.
I hate that I missed it.
The commentators were even saying that. Joe Rogan was even saying that. Joe Rogan was like, this might be the best heavyweight fight I have ever seen.
Oh, I'm so mad that I missed it.
Yeah, and that's coming from him, who has seen quite a few heavyweight fights.
Which one is that again? Who is that?
Josh Hokett and Curtis Blades.
I'm just gonna pull it up on my YouTube.
That fight was incredible.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch that later. That's awesome.
And then the main event was the for the vacant light heavyweight title. It was Yuri Prochazka and Carlos Ulberg. Now I don't know what happened. I gotta look up what happened to Ulberg here. I gotta see how hurt he got. He man, it doesn't say. It doesn't specify his injury. But he gets hurt in this fight. Carlos Ulberg provides UFC 327 injury update after fears he could be ruled out until 2027. Let's see what he says here. Yeah, he's yet to diagnose his injury officially, so I guess it's still up in the air as of... Damn, it's about to storm. As of recording day, which is Tuesday. Maybe by the time this comes out, there will be an update. But as of right now, there's no update. But Carlos Ulberg, I forget what happened. I don't know if he got kicked and then took a step funky, or if he something happened where he took a step weird. He tweaked his knee. Like, it looked like he blew his knee out. And then Yuri Prochazka, for some reason, was telling him, like, hey, like, we're just going to stand this up. Like, man, he's a better man than me, because I would have gone in for the kill, dude. I'd have that dude up. I would have gone straight for his leg, you know what I mean? Like, if he's still in the fight, he's still in the fight.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he got hurt, but if you're still in the fight, your corner don't throw in the towel, and you don't go to the referee, be like, hey, I can't walk. You're still in the fight. You're free game. Well, Yuri Prochazka decided that he's like, hey, you know, let's stand this up. Let's just throw bombs. And he got knocked out. So this dude on one leg knocked out Yuri Prochazka to win the light heavyweight championship.
And now he may hold that for over a year. For almost a year.
He might be on the shelf, and they might have to crown an interim champ or whatever, but
yeah,
it was vacant. They were fighting for the vacant title, and Yuri, you know, God bless him, seems like a good dude, but that's a mistake, man. Like, I hate to say it, you know what I mean? Because, like, he did the right thing in a sense of morality. Because you could tell that he was, like, taking it a little easy. Like, he didn't want to.
Yeah.
He didn't want to kill this dude, but you're a combat sport. If he didn't quit, you kill this dude. I hate to say it like that, but for real, like, if he's still in there trying to fight you, then you him up.
Yep.
You don't take it easy on him. Like, I think Yuri would have won if he didn't do that. Even if that guy didn't get hurt, I think Yuri would have won. It was very early in the fight. It was the first round, but yeah, he was, you know, the favorite going in. But yeah, if you're in a combat sport and your guy is still awake and conscious and nobody ended the fight, dude, he's fair game. You should have, like, obviously, you know, I'm not gonna judge the guy to his face because he whooped my ass. But if you're a combat sport athlete, you smell blood in the water, dude.
Yep.
You don't take it easy because you think he's hurt. If he's hurt that bad, he'll stop.
And that's also the point, though. Like, that's the point in your sport. That's what you want to do. It's not like it's basketball where you're like, oh, let's take a timeout. Let's worry about this guy. Right. Let's think of who's going to cover this guy now. Who's coming in the game after him? It's literally a hurt lion and a gazelle. It's like, bro, kill that thing. Do not. Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good. That's a good perspective to take on it, and I think it's a fair perspective for the simple sense of that's the point of the sport, and then also you're still keeping within the, you know, the decency of humanity and us as humans in terms of not being, you know, vicious combat guys to begin with in terms of fighting. So it's like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, I get the like you already said it, the morality of it. But this isn't chess. This is fighting. So it's like, bro, that's yeah.
And he in his post-fight conference, he was like, "Yeah, I saw he was hurt, and I showed mercy." I'm like, "You're a combat sport athlete. Showing mercy is quite literally the last thing that you do."
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing that you do not do in a fight, especially in a world title fight on the main event of what would have been a pay-per-view had they not switched away from the pay-per-view format. Is like almost as big of a fight as you get, and that's the last time you show mercy. You know what I mean? You let him have it. If you see that guy hobbling, you go after what's making him hobble.
Well, you also have to think about the future, the future within it all, and it's like, what are my future opponents seeing within me giving him that mercy, within me giving in, and it's like, how, not only in the fight did he lose the fight for the title, like, how much is that going to with his confidence and mentality going forward when it's like, if I, as his opponent, was just like, bro, I saw how you, like, you know, you could all, you could play on it, you know?
You quite literally lost to a one-legged man in an actual ass-kicking contest.
Yeah. See, that's better to put it. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like,
just.
man, it sucks. He's a world class fighter. He's an absolute killer. He's a damn good fighter. You know, every bit of a championship level dude. But
But that's what makes that sport exciting. That's what makes it so fun. In the same, that is just as exciting as, I mean, it was technically, for a lot of people it was devastating, but like when Connor had to stop because he broke his shin, broke his leg basically in half, it's like, it's the exact same thing. I don't know. I see it as the same thing because it's just raw and, dude, imagine if Connor would have won that fight now.
yeah, right.
I can't even finish my thought because now it's like, what if Connor would have just stood up and been like, all right, let's do this? But it's like, no, that's the best thing about this sport is that if you give these people, like, well, I guess it's not just this sport, it's professional sports in general, but if you give people this much room and they've got enough will, they're going to take that, and it's like, dude, that's all I need. I literally had 30 seconds left on my feet. Thank you for giving it to me. Like, I'm so sad that I missed that, but I'm glad I did because this recapped me. I'm thrilled by it. That is awesome.
No, it was a very good night of fights. Yeah, if you want that fight only takes, I think the knockout was 3:45 into the first round. It's a much quicker one to watch. Yeah, you see the moment where he blows out his knee, and you see Prochazka like let up, and you see him start to take it easy. And I couldn't help but think to myself when it happened, I was like, what if he gets his shit rocked? And then he did. And then he got knocked unconscious. I don't know if he's unconscious, but he got his ass kicked.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like, bro, you're not fighting some nobody on the street. You're in the ring with a guy that's literally fighting for the title, and he has no legs, and you're giving him an opportunity with the only weapons he has left. It's like how stupid. Do you think his corner was upset with him for that decision?
Whose decision? Yuri Prochazka's for not murdering him? Yeah, probably.
Yes.
I would have been.
Yes.
If I was his coach, if anybody's going to scream at a world-class fighter, it's going to be his coach. I would have let him have it. I would have said, what are you doing?
Well, and that's in my mind, I feel like, because especially with the 6 cameras you get now, you can hear the ringside. You can't hear all the fans specifically, but you can hear the ringside for sure. And that's what's in my head is like, I don't imagine his corner was like, finish it in the center. Finish it in the center. Like, so that's another, I just have so many questions, but my gosh, what a learning lesson for him. Yuri?
Yeah, it's crazy because if he would have survived, if they would have made it to the end of the round, that fight would have been called off. I can't help but think like the Ulberg's corner would have been like, no, you can't walk. Like your knee is blown into smithereens. You can't finish this fight. But he said, wait until the end of the round.
Whoever won, what's the guy's name that won?
Carlos Ulberg.
Okay, so Carlos may have been the single happiest person that has ever entered a hospital.
Yeah, right.
Like
probably blew out his ACL, but he's got to be pumped.
Dude, he was going in there high-fiving everybody. Probably with a milkshake because now he's not dieting anymore and he really doesn't have to diet with his leg. Yeah. So, like, he was on drugs within an hour for the pain. I bet he was just quite literally and figuratively high on life in that moment. Like, yeah. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Carlos. Holy cow. Well, shoot, dude. I was obviously, I don't know, Saturday because that was photos. I was probably in bed super early. But that would have been a dang good one to do our second fight night sort of thing on. Did you see the added heavyweight card for the UFC 250 celebration?
Yeah,
like 250.
Yeah, and they announced that in the middle of the thing. They went to a commercial break, and whenever they came back, Joe Rogan was laughing. He was still laughing because he heard the news. And then John Anik was like, "You're gonna hear why Joe's laughing here in just a minute."
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad fight. I think that's a dumb fight.
Derek Lewis and Josh Hockett, yeah.
But I also feel like Dana White's just trying to do whatever the he can to save this card, because right now it's garbage. And you know, have you been watching any of or did you watch the Fight Companions on Joe Rogan here? It's actually the most recent one. So last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I listened to that one. It may have actually even been on the way down or the week of me coming to visit you a few weeks ago. But I listened to that, and Joe brought up, Joe is extremely concerned. He has to cover that one, obviously, because it's a big one. But he's extremely concerned, and he doesn't think it's going to happen. He doesn't think that it'll work out. So there's a lot of issues. One, doing it on the White House lawn, you can't actually fit the amount of people that they want to fit in there.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about this on like other podcasts, but I didn't hear him ever say that he thought it wasn't going to work. I heard him say it's a terrible idea. I don't think he used those exact words, but I've heard him express his disinterest for it. Yeah.
And I should clarify, I haven't heard him say specifically it's not going to work, but inferring on everything he has said, it was that exact thing of, as a professional that understands every inside and out of this business and what it takes to get these people prepped, it makes no sense to try to force people to. And so, but still with that, so I conclude that he doesn't think it'll work, and it's for a lot of reasons, but he brought up a lot of really good ones. DC, middle of June, beginning of June, middle of summer.
Outside.
Averages 90 to 100 degrees at the time that the thing is going to take off. Yeah. Now, what happens if it rains? Automatically, that throws it off. But Joe said that fighters, all fighters in the UFC, whenever it comes to their matches, are used to a maximum of like 70 degrees. I think 70, 72 is what it's kept in all arenas, all locker rooms, to try to keep it the same so that when they come out, they're, same environment. So like 70 to 72 degrees. He said increasing that 20 degrees, you're automatically, your best in the world aren't going to be fighting at their top. And then you add in dehydration. You add in the pressure of it being the 250th. You add in the fact that there are bugs. And which is something I didn't think about, but he said on one of the podcasts I listened to, he was like, I've hosted outside events. He's like, when you host outside events, it's freaking terrible because you're constantly worrying about bugs. You're worrying about what's around you, or you're worrying about all these other factors that you can't control. And so I just find it interesting. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? Like, I was super excited at first, but now seeing the logistics of how it's playing out as of, April 14th, I think it's going to be trash.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. See, all that stuff, like, I didn't take into consideration most of that until he said it. But the thing that I took into consideration right from the jump is security. The security factor of this thing.
How the fuck are...
This is on the lawn at the house of one of the most unliked men in the United States.
Who's also the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
Those two don't exactly coincide too well. And then, yeah, dude, security is that is a fantastic point to bring up, dude.
Biggest concern is the security factor of the whole thing. You're going to have the President of the United States outside, along with a couple of his buddies and a whole lot of, fighters and shit, and also just a bunch of random people whoever. I mean, not random people, but whoever buys tickets and shit.
Yep.
Like it's just so weird. It seems, especially the state of the country now, and the state of our foreign affairs now. It seems like an incredibly dangerous idea. It seems like a really bad time to do it. It would take one absolute nutcase or one terrorist to send an entire bunch of shit sideways. Disclaimer, I'm not trying to put any thoughts in anybody's head. Nobody should do that. Everybody should let the fights go off as planned because, it's just a damn event. And
it's just a fight, yeah.
There's a bunch of random people there that have nothing to do with anything that are just there to watch UFC. There's a bunch of fighters that are just there to collect a paycheck and to do what they love to do. Don't ruin the world because you want to be a hero or a villain.
Yeah. Don't be a jackass just because I'll stand with it right here. Policy wise, I am 78% on board with our president with everything he does. I think he's a genius. I think that he's the best president we've had in probably 40 years, 50 years. Phenomenal president. Policy wise. Now everything else, TV, show, I could do everything without. He is too much of a television personality. And so he's about the show. Now he's very smart and he knows what he's doing, but he just cares to tell everybody.
He's a damn WWE character, dude.
He really is. He really is. It's a really weird mentality that he has. So I do support him in some sense. I do not support him at all, even 1% in the terms of how he kind of presents himself, both as the president of the United States, but then also just as himself. I don't think you should make, war memes. I don't think you should make, your personal thoughts tweets to everybody as the president of the United States. And I don't think that you should take the White House and turn it into some sports jamboree. So, but with that, the security is the biggest feature, and I'm actually thinking on it since he said that. I don't think he cares. If Donald Trump got assassinated during this, one, he's already done everything he needs to on paper be a top probably 5 president of all time. Now again, taking out everything he says, just look at what he does and what he's done for the country.
Out who he is as a human being.
Yes, it's just what he has done and what he can do behind closed doors. That's where good things happen. It's where he wants to publicize himself that it goes off the wall. But I don't think he'd care because he's for this term. One, he can't get elected again, so he knows he's done. He's already set up his succession line in terms of the people that not necessarily keep his campaign running, but can keep the Make America Great campaign running. That slogan and the mentality, the force behind it. There's too many politicians that just want to be up that route. So yeah, I don't think he gives a shit about this because I think he's like, man, if I go down and I'm assassinated, first one since JFK, legendary. I'm already old. I'm already rich. I've already literally accomplished everything a man could really want to accomplish in his life. Like, the only thing that he hasn't done is be a professional athlete and an astronaut. Other than that, everything he's done in his life is something that any average 5-year-old boy would be like, these are what I want to do if you give me 15 things. Yep. So it's like, what can I do? He's been president twice. He won that shit. Like, it's just stupid. It's just like, I'm not going to lie. If I was him, I would really dread the thought of going out from, like, health from like my body's literally giving up on me, so I'm just slowly dying in it. It's like, no, I'd rather go out the king, just Kid Rock, singing some songs, men fighting, you know. Oh gosh, that's terrible. I really hope it doesn't happen. You know?
Yeah, I hope some bad shit doesn't happen. I wasn't even thinking of like a U.S. citizen doing that. I was thinking more along the lines of
an actual terrorist.
Yeah, somebody from some other country that he's pissed off, and then they're like, oh, they're doing this on the lawn. We can make a statement doing this.
And
you could get your whole place leveled, but you know, you could get your whole goddamn country leveled in retaliation. But yeah, you could do something awful in a UFC 250 or the Freedom 250 or whatever it's called.
And that's the funniest thing about it is, you know what? A lot of people at this point, that's the issue. That's the problem. Is Donald Trump doesn't know how to shut his mouth long enough to just sign papers and pass laws to where he won't continually piss off people. So he pisses off everybody, and it's like, you know the president is going to be there. You know Donald will be at that event. So it's like, and however many more important people, it's like, you know what? If I am another country and I'm scared of war, I never thought about it, but you're right, dude. There is a chance that they could just be like, we're probably going to war anyways. Let's just do it. Let's just start it. And it's, yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's really scary.
It's terrifying for whoever's going to be there, and it's terrifying for everybody else, the aftermath of the whole thing. So, like, you know, again, pray to God nothing shitty happens and the fights go off as planned, you know what I mean? But, like, just the thought, especially where we're at now, it's not impossible. It seems like a thing that if I was a fighter, I wouldn't want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
If I was working commentary, I wouldn't want to call that show. If I was involved in the administration or in any aspect of the UFC, I would want nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it just seems like a bad idea. A real high-risk, low-reward thing just to feed his ego. You know, the crazy thing is whenever they were talking about this on the fight last weekend, it clicked to me. I was like, why are they not doing this in July near the country's actual birthday? It's Donald Trump's birthday is when they're doing it. And they said that repeatedly. They were like, you know, the President of the United States is in the house here tonight, and he was there. And he said, join us Sunday, June, whatever it is, we'll be celebrating the president's birthday with him at UFC Freedom 250 at the White House. And I was like, his birthday? Like, not the country's birthday that the thing's named after, but his birthday? Really?
Egotistical.
Yeah, it's a crazy look. Like, I don't know.
It's terrible, dude. That's a bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's the best thing to look at it. It's just, man, turn off your cell phones and pay attention to your bank accounts and your day-to-day lives, and shit will be okay.
Yeah.
Turn on your cell phones, and the world really is ending in a lot of senses. And I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen now. I hope for some reason it falls through, because they should not do that horse shit.
Or at least do it inside. Like, doing it outside, like, that's the crazy thing to me. Like, you're doing it outside. You have no.
Do it in D.C. It doesn't have to be on the White House lawn. Do it in this Wizard Stadium.
Yeah,
do it like.
Arena or whatever the hell it is. Even if you want to do it outside, do it at Nationals Park. Like, don't do it on the White House lawn. It's
yeah. I'm not.
It's weird. I'm gonna watch it, but it's weird.
Whatever. Well, we can transition. You know what? I sent you that thing, but we can save that for maybe next week or something. I want to talk about the boys because you had brought them up there at the beginning. You texted me this week and asked if I'd watched it. I said no. I gotta watch season 4. You recommended me to, so I go back and I start to watch season 4. Turns out I watched 7 episodes of season 4, so I didn't have too much that I needed to catch up on. And
I think there's only 8, isn't there?
Yep. So I've officially caught up on. There's 8 or 9. There's not very many because I know I watched 7 again to just like refresh myself, and I'm already done. I'm caught up now. But so let's talk about The Boys. One, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about The Boys, Amazon superhero TV show. It is extremely inappropriate and has to be the most accurate representation to what would happen if there were real superheroes
100%, yeah.
in the world, and how they would be capitalized on, how they would be monopolized, how we would take and the government would take, independent companies would take, would either fear them or take advantage of them. So very interesting, but great show. So go and check that out, Amazon Prime. Spoiler alert, we're about to talk about season 5, so you better.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, log off right now. And there's only 2 episodes out. Go watch those and then come back.
Actually, don't log off. Just skip forward a few minutes, then go watch them, then come back and see what we talked about in that. Finish this though. Get us that watch time.
Good point. You're right.
So season. I don't know where should we. I don't know where to start because we haven't actually talked about The Boys since like season 1 or 2, since they first started. No, so I'm kind of lost with it. I guess we could just go character by character or scene by scene in terms of what might pop out. But like, your mentality on Butcher now, season 5.
Oh, he's gone off the deep end. Yeah, he's lost his shit. He's lost his shit. I wouldn't put it past him being the main problem at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think there's some point that they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I have no knowledge of the comics, so I don't know how that happens. But I think they're either gonna kill Homelander, or he's gonna lose his powers, or something or another, and Butcher's gonna be the main issue here because that dude's lost his mind. I mean, we barely had it to begin with, but.
Yeah. He's gone for sure. It's really funny because he's got the same persona and sort of like cockiness that he hated about all soups to begin with, and it's like he said to Soldier Boy, if you can't join him, or if you can't f*** him, join him. So here he is. He joined him. And also, I want to say this. He has got to have one of the nastiest mutations.
Oh, it's gnarly.
That's a weird power. Now I'm thinking about other weird powers, though. Let's get into Worm. Let's get into the Worm.
Yeah. Dude, that was disturbing.
Dude, I was not in any way close to prepared for anything from the pantless to the process of how it funneled in and out of him.
He eats the dirt and it immediately shoots out of his ass in full dirt.
Full dirt, like it doesn't. It's just a tunnel.
Yeah, it's not even shit. It's just dirt.
It's just dirt. It's it just plays more and more into how creative and odd the writers of that show are. But you know what else does? Is, I'm sorry for my language, and please bear with me.
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
The volcano rock?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about how MM killed that dude, the giant hog.
Oh, no, that's even funnier. He killed him with his own. Yeah.
Yeah, he strangled him with his penis.
Yeah, there's this bad guy that had like a 15-foot long Dr. Octopus penis arm, and he could control it, and he was just a part of this basically Nazi camp, and yeah, very bad.
Exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was. It was a freedom camp, and yeah, it was a Nazi camp.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Yeah, and
Slightly better, but
shit
still.
broke out, and they had a riot, and MM stabbed him in his wang, and then wrapped his wang around his neck and choked him to death.
Yep, found that guy and was like, I gotta take you out first, buddy. But no, I was talking about the rock dude that came volcanic or not ash. It was actual lava. Yeah.
Was his name Rock Hard? I think his name was Rock Hard.
It might have been Rock Hard because he was like a big, muscular, 900-pound dude, and then he's grown into a 30-ton,
was he
blob.
in the earlier seasons?
Mm-mm. No, they just talked about it. They talked about who he was. He was one of those streamers.
Yeah.
So, but this dude would literally just get off to volcanoes getting off, and that would then cause him to erupt, and he ended up growing into this giant rock form all because of his semen.
Yeah.
So, watch out, guys. Don't do that. Not good for you.
Oh, and then whenever he died, it was crazy looking.
Oh my! I actually felt bad for that dude.
Disgusting.
That guy did not deserve to die. The rock guy honestly did nothing wrong. He was just a big fatty in the basement enjoying his volcanoes. I don't think he did anything wrong. Now, they were right in the sense of that he didn't do any. Yes. You know who did deserve to die was that cat lady.
Yeah.
They showed her litter box.
Yeah.
Once they showed that, I was like, I hope they break her neck. I hope they break her neck.
Like, this show's a good show, but there's some things that I've seen throughout the course of this series that just make me think, like, wow, I hope whoever made this show kills themselves.
I hope they seek help, because they need it. They really, the creators of this show, some of these scenes...
So unnecessary.
Very much so. Very much so.
The show itself is good. They have so much unnecessary, disgusting shit included in that show.
Yep. Yeah, they've got some issues to work through. So what about Soldier Boy waking up at the end there?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with that. New episode's on tonight.
I bet he goes after Homelander.
It's at like 3 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, he might. Yeah, I don't
I
know
mean,
what's gonna happen there.
Billy warned him. He literally told him, there's a super virus and he sent you. Like, he sent you to die. And then literally that's exactly what happened. And it's...
Yeah, he didn't get led astray. That's
no.
Not by Butcher. Yeah, he told him the God's honest truth, and he didn't listen to him.
Yeah. But it's funny though, because you do see the sliver, the ounce, tiny ounce of humanity in Homelander, because he really didn't mean for that to happen to Soldier Boy. He wanted, obviously, that to happen to everybody else, because he hates every other person. Yeah. But, so I was like, that's funny. Like, I found it funny that he died instead, and Zeke didn't, like he wanted to. Yeah. It should have been you. What's your thought on A-Train, beginning to end? Season 1, Season 5.
He had a really good redemption arc. Going back, like it's funny though, because going back and because I restarted the show to watch Jocelyn. You go back into Season 1, and then in a way, this might just be me being a dick, but when you go back and remember some of the other stuff he did, other than running through Huey's girlfriend, you remember some of the other stuff he did, and then you're like, there's you can only redeem yourself so much. Like, you still kind of deserve what happened to you. You're still not a good dude. Because I just finished the episode where he overdosed his girlfriend. Because she said something about the Compound V. So then he shoved 8 needles of it into her and killed her. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when you
so,
have...
like,
Yeah. That's really
cool
funny.
that, yeah, it's cool that he showed some humanity towards the end there, but like when you go and when you haven't watched the earlier seasons in a while, it's really easy to feel bad for him. When you're fresh off the earlier seasons, you can't feel bad for him at all. Like, oh, okay.
See, it's really fun. Yeah, see, I don't... it's funny. I never did feel bad for him. I was proud of him for missing the girl at the end, obviously showing that he has changed as a person. Yeah. And that, eventually causing his death. And then standing up to Homelander, in a sense. I was proud of him for that. I was glad that he died. Because he... Honestly, everybody that's in the Seven, I'm okay with May to a sense. Maeve, only because she...
Is she still in the show?
I don't think so.
I don't know if
is she?
Died or not. I don't remember. I haven't seen her in season 5.
I haven't either.
I haven't watched the previous season, other than season 1. Like, where I'm watching right now, she's obviously still in it because I'm in season 1. But I don't remember what happened to her.
No, I feel like she got sick and just had to quit. And that's why Starlight started taking over. More as the replacement role. That's what I remember.
Oh, no, she lost her powers and fakes her death.
Okay.
To escape Vought and Homelander and goes into hiding with her girlfriend. That was in season 3. I think I said
okay.
That,
Yep. Well, that makes sense then. So I don't have a problem with her only because though as much she's done a lot of terrible shit, every single thing, at least in the instance of what the show wanted you or portrayed and wanted you to know, she showed remorse and like hesitance, but it was obviously like everybody, fear of Homelander. Yeah. So for me, A-Train, and I used to really like the Deep up until last season. This season I completely hate him. Like I truly hate the guy. I used to feel bad for him and just want him to get out because I saw him as like the nerdy little character that was just like just wanting to be popular, wanting Dad to like him. But he's again reached that level of so many terrible things, and specifically the things that he said, that it's like, I know, or at least the show makes it seem that he doesn't mean these things, but he's saying them. And that's enough to where it's like, bro, it's time for you to just die. Like, plus, he's really mean to his octopus wife, girlfriend thing.
He is.
And you know what? She sticks her tentacles in places that most humans don't. So, that's rude.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where the rest of the season is going to go.
Oh, me too, dude. Me too.
Because we've seen it in the trailers. You know, the kid comes back. I forget his name, but Homelander's kid.
Yeah. Yep.
Is his name Ryan?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Billy's stepson in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for him to come back because, he's not going to be on Team Homelander, I wouldn't imagine. He's going to be mighty pissed off. He's got the same powers and everything, too.
He's hormonal. Probably hasn't came yet, so he's got it all built up. That'll help him.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. I feel like whoever Black Noir is now is important.
Yeah, because they're making him talk and do too much things that are like, are you a real human? Because you're not like the last one who just...
Yeah, the last one, Homelander killed him, didn't he?
Yep.
I forget why, but I know he killed him.
Same way as everybody. Dude, Homelander has killed literally everybody on his team. Everybody. He killed the people that auditioned for his team.
Yeah,
like,
do you remember the blind guy? And he slapped his ears. And he said, now you're just another useless deaf guy. Or useless blind guy is what he called him something, but he was like, oh yeah, he was acting all like proud of him and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, it must have been really hard. It's very impressive. You made it this far. You made him do all this stuff. So what were to happen if I were to just do this and then clap with his ear?
Immediately ruined it. You know who I might dislike, who I dislike the second, which obviously they want you to, but is what's her girl, the black girl that's the smartest girl on earth?
Shit, I forgot what they call her.
She's a cunt. She is just a stupid, and like you can, she's just a cunt. I'm just leaving it at that. She's just a cunt. And her outfit is terrible. I do not like the gold on her. I do not like that one bit. It does not look good. It does not fit her. I don't care how much you try to squeeze them into it. She does not look good into that. It's mean.
I feel like somebody's dying in this episode. I don't know who, but I think somebody is.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the trailer for the new episode. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
It just shows Homelander beating the dog shit out of somebody. It doesn't show who it is, but it's like an overhead view, and it's just him like raining down punches. So somebody's getting the shit beat out of him. And unless it's, I don't even know who could survive getting the shit beat out of him by Homelander, other than maybe his kid. Because his kid has the same powers as he does, so his kid could probably survive it. But other than
at what extent? Yeah, that's the thing, though. That's pushing it. Yeah, I don't know either.
Maybe it'll be the deep.
Hope so. Stupid dumbass. I don't like it.
I think most of them are dying this season. With it being the last season.
Yeah, they've got to. It's the only right way to finish off.
Yeah. If I were to take a guess on who survives, shit, I don't even know, dude. It's hard to guess. It feels like all of them kind of have it coming.
I would say Frenchie, or are you talking about just the Homelander's crew?
Just the Homelander's crew, yeah, just the heroes.
Nah, I think they all die, and I really hope that Firecracker dies quickly. I hate that stupid.
Sucks, bro.
She is such a crappy. Which I know they want her to be that stupid little, Southern country racist bitch, but like, I'm so tired of that persona being played out. Like, I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like her. And I will just mention this because Annie, the character that plays Annie, Starlight, she is only 31 years old, so she is our age, basically. I'm very disappointed with her transformation from Season 1 to Season 5. All the facial features, reconstruction, the fillers that she has gotten. Yeah. I like natural women. I don't like women that have a jaw shape like the Crimson Chin. So
looks like a handsome Squidward.
Yeah, she really does. That's a really good adaptation because he's got the upper jawline too, and that's what she has. She almost has holes right here, like you can see her skeleton a little bit. And she's like, "Oh, Huey, can I suck your cock? How dare you, dude?" She pissed me off so much. She pissed me off so much for getting mad at Huey for getting engaged to somebody that looked just like her and had her memories, and that was basically her.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was the shapeshifter.
The shapeshifter. You know how stupid that is? That's his only argument, which was a good argument, was I didn't know it wasn't you. How was I supposed to? And he could never finish it because it's like, why would you need to? Because that's.
He's probably the only person, like the only main character in that entire show that deserves to live. He's such a likable character. I don't know, like he seems like through all the bullshit is still a good dude. Everybody else is losing their shit.
I think he said it really well. He said he said the second part of what I'm about to say, but the only way that I think that he has changed from Season 1 to Season 5 is that he doesn't puke when he sees the sight of blood anymore. He barely even flinches. And it's like that seems like it, because you're still, you're always looking out for the little guy. You always try to see the humanity in people. You always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. And yet
he also like used to just be a pussy in general, like not just in sight of blood, but he also just kind of used to be a bitch. He's not a pussy anymore.
No. Yeah, no, he's not. Yeah, not afraid of conflict, not afraid to stand up, and yeah, still doing what's right, which is something that he did do in season 1. He's still doing what's right, going back for that Veronica girl, even though she got lasered by Homelander.
And he's not afraid of Homelander either, which is
ballsy.
Like the coolest trait of his whole character development is that he's not afraid of the person to be afraid of.
Yeah, the only person to worry about, really.
I think at some point in this season that is somehow going to be Homelander's downfall as people stop being scared of him.
Yeah,
that's a lot of throughout the course of the show. It's a lot of what he's operated on.
And you
terrified.
And you saw with the A Train, the frustration with like the realization that this guy doesn't. Not only does he not respect me, but he's not scared of me. Like, even though obviously he killed him with one punch. Really, it was.
I don't even think it was a punch. I think he had him by his neck and he just twisted him.
Oh yeah, he did. He just snapped his neck in half. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of his. I think it's going to be his downfall in this last season is that people are going to stop being afraid of him.
Yep.
You know, and I think he's going to kill a lot of people in the process because of it. But eventually, it's one way or another going to be what stops him somehow, slows him down at least.
Yep. Heck yeah, we'll have to look forward. We'll maybe give another recap next week if we don't already talk about it amongst ourselves in the meantime.
Yeah, if I don't go into training tomorrow, which I don't know if I am or not, but if I don't, then I will. I'll probably watch it tomorrow morning.
Heck yeah, well, sweet. I don't know what else. You got any reviews for this week?
Dude, I don't. I haven't been around to review. Actually,
I don't
got
either.
A little bit of a review. I
Okay.
don't know if anybody's seen this stuff. I accidentally bought the wrong one. This is that Mountain Dew cream soda shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now, the zero sugar one's terrible. I didn't mean to get the zero sugar one, but I can tell by the way it tastes that the sugar one is probably okay. I wouldn't say good, but it's probably okay. But the downfall of this thing is that you can taste the zero sugarness of it.
Yeah.
Like, you can taste the artificial sweetener. Like, man, if this was loaded up with sugar and had the cream soda flavoring, it would probably be all right.
I wish they would put the negative side effects of artificial sweetener, because in a lot of aspects it's just as bad as sugar.
Yeah.
So
the ones that are really bad for you, to my knowledge, the diet sodas are worse than the zeros. Because they use different.
That makes sense.
They use different sweeteners. The diet sodas are the ones that have aspartame in them.
Okay.
The such and such zero sugars. I believe. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the regular zeros, like Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero, I believe those have a different type of sweetener in them, not aspartame. Aspartame's the bad one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that's in like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But the zero sugars have a different sweetener that is not that. So they're still not good for you. But I think between the two, I think zeros are better for you than the diets.
Well, that makes sense. Also, if you're going for a diet, you might as well get zero, because it's like, why would you not? Yeah. It makes no sense to me.
Some of those zero sugar things are really good, dude. Like, I like Pepsi Zero. Pepsi Zero is actually solid. Coke Zero is alright. Pepsi Zero is actually solid. Mountain Dew Zero, regular Mountain Dew Zero is alright.
Okay. I don't drink much pop. If I do, it's either Sprite or Dr. Pepper. But I do have to say, you know what? We'll review. I bought some A&W here last week because I was
regular A&W root beer.
Yep, just regular A&W root beer last week because I was like, you know what? I want to go back in the day. Me and Faith have a good little evening and make us some root beer floats and just relax, and you know what? So I'll review a root beer float. It's a 5. It's not what I thought it was. It's not bad. It's still good. I had like 3 of them in the past 4 days. I like them, but it's also just pop and ice cream, so it's like, no, it's not too bad. It's not fancy, you know. And So I'll give it a 5. There's my review for this week. I didn't have one.
Nice. Yeah, I'll hopefully have one next week.
If I remember bringing it up, I'll at least have something to taste, or I'll review a new Dubby or something.
This, well, I'll tell you about my plans off recording because this is irrelevant to the rest of the show. So if we're done here,
yep,
we can be done here. We got a big one next week. Big number, big time, big day.
Big title.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, dude, if you have any closing thoughts, let's have them. I don't have shit. I'm going to finish my banana thing here.
Well, people, if you're like me and you're still here this long, then you're probably lost and you don't know what to do. Whether that's in life, career, with your kids, with your spouse, or, just how to get gas. You may be lost. If it's gas, go ask the attendant. With life, there is none. So, good luck, and hopefully it works out. We're all just trying to get along, and the struggles are real, and the struggles are consistent. But look for those points in your depression where you can see a little bit of light, and climb for those, because, I don't know, it's all we got at this point. That's about it. I don't know. I'm lost, and a lot of people are too. So we'll all get there one day. We just gotta get there.
Yeah, those are good words to close on. Yeah, I agree with Justin. If you are lost, you are not alone. Don't ever feel like you are. And I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to tell anybody like, oh, well, such and such has it worse. It's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that like you're not the only person lost. And I'm not trying to downplay the lostness, but just a lot of that times that being lost, you feel really alone. You are not.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like you got people in your corner. If you don't have people in your corner, then there's somebody else out there that you can stumble across that is also lost, and it doesn't hurt
to just reach out.
Have those conversations, man. Yeah.
No, dude, conversations are the best part of life. That's how we get to know each other. That's how we find communion in each other, and that's also how you just get through life, is talking about your issues as well as your high points, your happiness. It's dude, it's just too common of the thing, and we can't all act like we're only here for the good parts. So we gotta. We're all there, so yeah, we'll get through it. We'll get through this week, and who knows? Next week, maybe I won't be lost and I'll be found. So stay tuned, and yeah, have a good week, everybody. We'll see you. We'll see you when we see you.
See you, folks.